Hi and welcome back. We're going to look at the theoretical perspectives in this part 2. Now there are many reasons we try or regularly use drugs and or alcohol, from feeling growing up to need to relax or manage stress or just to rebel. No matter, as whatever your beginning entry point, but we're going to review several of the major theoretical perspectives on substance use disorders. And we'll start with the biological. Biological perspectives focus on uncovering the biological pathways that may explain mechanisms of physiological dependence. Now, these perspectives focus on the role of neurotransmitters and genetic factors in vulnerability to dependence. Now first, the neurotransmitter roles. The pathway in the brain involves neurotransmitters, dopamine, and may explain the pleasure-inducing effects of many drugs: nicotine, alcohol, cocaine, heroin, even marijuana. By increasing levels of neurotransmitter dopamine, dopamine is the brain's reward and reinforcement agent. Now secondly, under the biological, we can look at genetics, and there appears to be genetic factors. It runs in families. Through twin studies, it suggests linking more for men to have these sorts of issues. Much work is still emerging, and there appears to be a strong environmental factor associated with genetic dispositions. Now, if we look at the learning perspective, well, the learning theorists view substance abuse disorder as, say it with me, they've learned the patterns of behavior and can, in principle, be therefore unlearned. They focus on the role of operant and classical conditioning and observational learning. Substance use problems are regarded not as symptoms of disease, but rather problems of habits. With operant conditioning, we will perform for the reinforcement, that is the drug. People may be reinforced by the effect of drug and alcohol to reduce stress and depression. Alcohol and tension reduction, when we drink to relieve tension, and then the more we do this, the more we drink, it's the habit forming. Now, I have mentioned, I think earlier, I believe, we talked about the distinction between positive and negative reinforcement. Well, we can look at negative reinforcement and withdrawal. If you stop cold turkey, you may start again to avoid the withdrawal syndrome. That's what I was referring to. Conditioned model, conditioned to crave the drug and alcohol through association with things like seeing a bar, or creates a craving. You go in and you have a drink. See your drug and your friends, and it prompts you that, well, I guess I can just have one. Observational learning. There is where there's a strong link with family, with adult drinkers, as having parental models. It's not that it's been formally done, it's just done as a natural fact of watching my mom and my dad in the course of a day. Cognitive perspectives. Now, you can remember, I'm sure, that this has to do with our thinking. Cognitive perspectives emphasize the role of attitudes, beliefs, and expectancies in accounting for the substance use and abuse. When we have positive expectancies of alcohol, we think that by having some drinks before going to the work party, it will relax me and allow me to be able to have some fun and enjoy myself, and that would be good. So our expectancies of alcohol and other substances to reduce tension, or to do better, to be better accepted, or to be liked by others, for example, tend to be a predictor for abuse. Self-efficacy, or the belief in your own ability to accomplish tasks, the perception that alcohol or other substances will in some manner improve your ability to do and accomplish things, will increase the likelihood of that use and potential abuse, because it's serving you, or at least you're perceiving that it's doing something for you that's good. Therefore, if I do more, it will be better. Research suggests that the one drink effect may be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think the outcome will be good, you are more likely to use and use larger quantities. The psychodynamic perspective? Well, the psychodynamic theorists view problems of substance abuse such as excessive drinking and habitual smoking as signs of an oral fixation. With a mixed research support in Freud's work, an empirical connection between dependence and alcoholism does not establish that alcoholism represents an oral fixation that can be traced to early development. Sociological perspectives, sociocultural perspectives. Sociocultural perspectives lay importance on the adoption of culturally sanctioned prohibitions against excessive drinking, in explaining the differences between various ethnic groups and religious groups in rates of alcoholism. Social factors such as peer pressure also are influencing the development of substance abuse. So if we're trying to tie this together, substance use disorders are complex patterns of behavior that involve the interplay of biological, psychological, and environmental factors. There may even be this genetic predisposition may interact with the environment factors to increase the potential for drug use and dependence. Cognitive factors, especially the positive drug expectancies, may also raise the potential for alcohol and drug problems. Sociocultural factors include factors such as the availability of alcohol and other drugs, and the presence or absence of cultural constraints. The learning theorists, they attribute addiction to the positive and negative reinforcements arising from the effects of drugs. Substance use disorders should be approached considering the complex interplay of all these factors. That brings us to the end of substance-related and addictions disorders. I hope it's been helpful. Keep up the good work, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.